I have a friend who's a pescatarian, and he taught me the safest vegetarian / vegan food is Mexican.
Oh yeah, for sure. Wait, that was me.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was you.
I was like, wait a minute, that's what I say.
I have two pescatarian friends. I haven't converted yet. They haven't beat out. I was going to say beat the meat out of me, but that's not right.
Intro at the beginning.
Oh, it's so bad. And welcome to the Joey Podcast, where just three regular mountain bikers talk about regular things, which you guess you could call this the regular show, but it's not. It's called the Joey Podcast.
Which people still can't find us. Mountain bikes.
Yes,
Mountain
they
bike
can find.
MPP.
They can.
Can they?
If people just go and tell their friends, then that's how we're going to grow this. Word of
None
mouth.
of our listeners have friends, Paul. We've gone over this.
I don't know. Do we get most people on, I don't know what podcast apps are. All I know is iTunes.
Ooh.
iTunes, Spotify.
I do know.
Or do we get most people on YouTube?
I do know that the moment I published the podcast, 55 people had instantly started listening to it, which is very cool, I thought.
Oh, that is really cool.
Well, yeah, I can find out the stats. But wait, introduce.
Yes, on this week's Joey Podcast, we don't have any special guests because we are special enough for you this week. I am Sheyn, the crashing dad. And then up here, we have Mr. Paul from Paul the Punter. Paul.
Oh, thank you. Yes, that's me, the English one.
The English one. And then over here, right here, if you're watching on YouTube, we have Josh from Josh.
Hi, I'm the American one. Guns, trucks, and stuff. Yeah.
Beer.
Yeah, I do that.
So accurate. So true.
Well, since this is, I guess, kind of a mountain biking podcast, where'd you ride this week, Josh? Did you ride this week?
Of course I rode this week. I am the daily mountain bike rider. And I rode my mountain
Just
bike.
taking a spin in your driveway doesn't count.
Okay, then I'm the weekly mountain bike rider. Yeah, I did a quick spin around my local trails, and I don't know if you guys do this, but I said, you know what? I'm going to avoid all the normal trails that everybody rides, and went on the most XC trails that I haven't ridden in like 2 years, and I had a delightful time. And I saw one of the most stunning views I'd ever seen, so I just stopped to take it in. And all of a sudden, I heard some rustling behind me, and there was a deer there. And I was like, oh, dear, this is delightful.
Oh, dear.
It was great, man. It was like it was like a dream mountain bike cross-country day because it was only one day, and then I could get back to the normal stuff. So it was great.
So this is basically
awesome.
the announcement of you starting your full-time cross-country career, I assume.
Correct. This is it. I shaved my legs. I gave away all hope in life that I ever had. And now I'm a cross-country racer.
But we've talked about this before. Shaving your legs is great. And Sheyn was like, yes, you're completely right, Paul.
No.
I can get down with shaved legs. Let's see him, Josh.
Why don't you
Let's see it. Okay,
Paul,
what will it take? What will it take?
Adjust the ISO on your
legs?
camera. I do not want to be blinded.
What would it
Paul,
take
where
for
did
you
you
to shave
ride?
my legs?
Yeah, what would it take? What do I have to do this time?
I was going to say, it's something jumping related with Paul.
Oh, of course, it's something jumping related, isn't it?
Jumping.
Classic
Is there
Josh.
any
think of
rock slab
anything
you
else.
haven't done in Squamish?
Garanga.
Do that.
Oh, great.
He knew right away. It's like his white whale.
I need to like write all this down on like, you know how people have like a vision wall and they write down all the things. I need to write down like Josh's challenges and be like, right, okay, I'm going to go and do that.
Go ahead.
I was going to say I almost did it. I don't know. At what point do you almost do something in mountain biking? Is it like if you do it, but then you crash?
If
And
you,
then,
if
like,
you go
that's
back and
almost-
listen, a couple episodes, I would tell you, you either do it or you don't. And it sounds like what you're talking
Okay.
about is not doing it.
Yeah, that's true. You're completely right. I can't argue with that. Can't. Can't.
Has
go
Eric
into-
from VCPOV done this rock roll?
Yeah, he's done it. It's like it's just one of those things that you're gonna do it and be like, oh yeah, because so many people do it. But actually, we made this video on Pink Bike that was called like, is this the gnarliest enduro stage ever? And people are just coming down it, and it's just like wah wah wah, and like there was one super gnarly crash, and that is the Guranga Rock Doodah.
Mm-hmm.
But
so does it count if you crash spectacularly?
I don't think it does. It does count.
It doesn't.
I think it counts for like full send, like full commit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, we should. Well, you still have to come up here one day and ride around squeamish.
I know. My friend's coming up tomorrow. I wish I could join him.
You're kidding. It's literally like the best conditions you could ever imagine right now.
Yeah.
Like it really is the all-time full-time cliche. It's just the best. Like 100%.
Just like potting soil everywhere.
Oh,
The loam.
it is
So Paul,
like.
did you ride this week?
Oh, did I ride this week? Yeah, I did. I didn't ride much. I had a lot of stuff going on last week, so I couldn't do my normal just do whatever I want situation. But on Saturday, I did ride. I filmed a video with a young Casper Woolley, who is, I think he's had a podium maybe in the under 23 Enduro World Series category, or he's like done so. He's crazy fast. And get this, right?
What YouTube videos has he been in?
He will be in my one. Honestly, he's a huge fan. He's a huge YouTube fan. And it's really funny because all the guys at OneUp, the components companies, have no idea what's in my videos. But yet Casper will know like what happened in the BC bike race videos. Like he was making jokes. He's like, I'm a loyal subscriber. I've been there since the early days.
I've been there through all the negative comments about Paul getting cranky during races. Yeah, that's basically everything.
Yeah, that was it. And the funny thing was, there's and I was like, I was watching. Did you see Lenosky? We're gonna obviously just do what we want and talk about whatever I want. Did you see Lenosky's video on that brake app? The brake power meter that can tell when you're braking.
I did not watch it, but I was intrigued by it.
You should. It's cool. So I was telling him about that, and then he was like, "Who's Jeff Lenosky?" And I was like, "This is classic." So I call up one of the guys, like, "Guess what Casper just said?" He's like, "Who is Jeff Lenosky?" And I was like, "Yep." It's crazy. He's a young kid. He's really young. He only knows YouTube people. But
have you met him before?
Who? Casper,
this young kid, yeah.
No, but like I'm familiar. Like he has all the King of the Mountains on Strava around here.
Okay,
like,
so who was more starstruck, him or you?
I think we just were normal human beings and just talked.
Lies. He went home and he was like, "I met Paul the punter.
I know everything about him."
He's like, "Here I am I'm gonna win an Enduro World Series title, but man, I got to ride with that guy today."
That Joey.
No, so get this, like this, he's like the classic Whistler kid. I mean, he lives in Squamish, but it's like he won a national ski downhill race. He won a national, I think he was Canadian national BMX champion when he was like 11 or something. It's just like, you know what, when they're good at everything.
When they're bred for it.
Yeah. And apparently, so Angry Midget is this like, it's one of the most well-known trails in town. Yeah. And then Richie Rude came in and OneUp got him to get the King of the Mountain on it. And Casper beat Richie Rude and all of the others. And he has the King of the Mountain. And apparently he didn't even know he was fast. He was riding with a friend and went like, he was going down and the friend went, "Wow, you're incredibly fast." He's like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "Oh, you should get Strava." He turns on Strava and he's like, "Oh, I've just won this. I'm the fastest ever down this trail."
Yeah.
What does KOM stand for?
King of the Mountain.
Isn't it?
I'm pretending to be him.
Oh, right. Okay. Nice. You are too true to your word, your normal nature. You need to do my stupid voice. Didn't we talk about this last week? My stupid voice. Where's everyone else? Oh, hello.
I love your stupid voice, Paul. Sheyn, where did you ride this week?
Oh, man. This week I rode with the elusive Outdoor Gold. RC.
He's alive.
He had like a random Friday evening off, so I took off on a ride with him. He wanted to go do the most technical trail, and then we linked it to Horse Thief, and then we we're finishing up, and then our other friend, unprofessional Kyle, climbed up and was like, "Oh, so you went on a ride without me?" RC had to get home to go to sleep, to go to work, because he works like night shifts. And then I hooked up with Kyle and did another loop, even though I was blasted. So I'm kind of feeling a little bit XC. Then the next day, Kyle was like, "Hey, normally we shuttle this ride called the Ribbon, but this time we said, hey, let's climb our butts up there." So we earned our turns, climbed up the 2,500 feet. I can't do the conversion off the top.
Don't worry, I can. I've got it. 25.
It's like 700 meters.
It's 762 meters. I would say a quick jaunt. However, you do live at altitude, so that's
it's like an hour climb. But normally we shuttle it. But this time we earned our turns. I felt like a good old XC boy. I had my spandex bibs on underneath my baggies. I don't know. I think it did feel good, because normally to drive up there, plus driving back up to get the truck and then driving back down, probably if you add all that time together, it adds up to be how much time it took to climb.
Yep, except
maybe
you're fat at the end.
Yeah.
At the end, you just come out, oh my God, what happened?
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if Kyle
fun.
listens to our podcast or watches, but Unprofessional Kyle is my favorite YouTuber. I'm a closet fangirl.
Really?
And it's because I know everybody else, but like I don't know Kyle, and he reminds me of a couple of my friends. I was like, I would love this guy IRL. So when I meet him, I'm gonna be like, IRL. Nice to meet you, Kyle.
Hi, I'm Josh.
I'm Josh. I have this little YouTube following. Anyway, nice to meet you.
He brought a toilet brush scrubber to the toilet bowl on the Ribbon to clean the toilet bowl.
This is why I know I love Kyle. Time for ASMR with Josh. You guys ready?
Time for my favorite segment, which slightly flavored fizzy water is Josh drinking now.
Today, Safeway doesn't have enough money to come up with a good name, so they call it Seltzer water. Brought to you by the makers of water.
Brought to you by the makers of water. This segment is brought to you by water.
We're already off base, so I should just keep going. My dad, when like LaCroix became popular, he's like, that's just seltzer water. They've had that forever. I'm like, yeah, Dad. And no one bought it because it sounded awful. And then you call it LaCroix. And everyone's like, oh, sick. I want that. And then Safeway's like, nah, we'll call it what it is. No one buys it. They're like, that looks crappy. Oh, LaCroix? Thank you.
LaCroix.
What if they called it La Seltzer water? Like, just,
oh, that was so great. But just seltzer water? Garbage.
Like, because LaCroix can't possibly like trademark La before a name, can they? So they should just do it. Someone from Safeway is listening. Please rename it so we know that you are listening. That would be great. Sponsor
the podcast and help us make millions. All right. Are we ready for last week's comments, boys?
It's last week's comments.
Now, before we jump in, Paul, you worked your tail off for last week's podcast because we said the forbidden words which cannot be said again. Paul, explain to us the trouble you went through.
Basically, Red Bull, we stole from Red Bull. No, it wasn't that. Come on. We showed like loads of their videos. But I have thought this would be fair use or whatever.
It is.
I'm going to move the screen down to the lower one because it looks like I'm kind of rolling my eyes into my head. There we go. That's better. And only visual people will understand because I was doing this before and I look weird. So what happened is we put in some runs from Rampage and some other footage, and we got hit by the copyright engine, which, I mean, who cares, because this podcast is not monetized in any way. But this time they blocked the video and they did not let us even put it up, which was really annoying because I had to then change it all the time. And they didn't tell you that all the videos were done. They would tell you just one segment is copyright blocked. So it would get you for that. You would remove that. And then it'd tell you another section is blocked. And I was like, this is so annoying. And then I tried to blur it, thinking, oh, if I blur it, then they can't get you. Then they still got us. It was ridiculous. It was a fully pixelated image, and yet there was Red Bull going, we know that's ours. Don't try and fool us. So
which copyright, like if you're reporting on something, which basically when we talk about something that's reporting on it, we're not trying to share it illegally. We're trying to talk about what happened.
But I mean, I think because we were using it, I don't know. It's all an automated engine anyway. Like it's not it's not a human in Red Bull going, oh,
it's a mark.
Joey
at Red
podcast.
Bull.
Shouldn't this be the mountain bike podcast? What dummies.
yeah. Why isn't it called the Joey MTB podcast? Idiots. They know nothing.
Oh, man.
All right, last week's comments, we got some doozies. First off,
we didn't get very many because we just posted that like yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everyone. Like they just said, it's been
because
crazy.
of that.
And normally the podcast doesn't take me very long, but because of all this fizzy drink nonsense, then it was really annoying. But hey,
well, Kerwin Warren caught on quickly and said, what did you guys do to piss off Red Bull? Now you know, Kerwin. We did nothing, and yet Paul scrambled and got it posted. So thank you, Kerwin.
I do want to say thank you for the people that would send me messages on Instagram telling me that it had been banned. But I was sat in front of my computer and I knew it straight away. But thank you again to all the messages I got.
Yep.
One MTB says, I started to wish we could get to Outer Bike until I didn't, because we also talked about Outer Bike last week as well. And if you have not checked out this one MTB kid, he's legit.
He's my boy.
I'm a fan.
Oh, yeah. I am so impressed by this young superstar. I actually helped him get to 1,000 subscribers. I don't know if you got. I did a live stream ages
Me
ago,
too.
and he was there.
Link below.
He was there. And he was like, "Oh, I'm almost at 1,000." I was like, "Cool!" And then I put like the live thing up on the screen and everything. It was awesome. But no, he's like so impressive. Like, can you imagine how big a YouTuber? We should do more of this, like, so that when he becomes super famous, this bit of footage can be used, and then we can copyright strike those people, just like Red Bull copyright ours, and get our own back.
It will be, because he is, dude, behind Unpro Kyle. He's my YouTube. Just, I will fanboy hard. He's going to be famous, and we're going to say, we knew him when he was small, in both senses of the word. Small person, small in following. He'll get there.
Yeah.
When he was a kid.
Nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who's Adam Van Winkle?
The man is who he is.
He's Adam Van Winkle.
Okay. A perfect example of it's the rider, not the bike, is Sam friggin' Pilgrim.
Is he related to Sam Pilgrim?
Potentially. This might be his kind of married into the family double last.
His maiden name is friggin'.
Yeah,
friggin'.
Sam friggin' married into the Pilgrim family. Yeah. Oh, okay. So because we were talking about it's the rider, not the bike. But wasn't this 2 podcasts ago? But then did we bring it up again last week? I feel like
we probably brought it up. We bring it up a lot.
Yeah. Classic. Trying to find good things to talk about.
Typical us.
Rider.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't know. Sam is like, I'm pretty sure that Sam could ride anything, but also he's the only person that can do that. I just also want to point this out. Like, in more cases than not, like, having a decent bike is okay.
Like Sam Pilgrim on a child's trike at Whistler, racing all of us would beat us by like 10 minutes. Like, that guy's insane.
Oh yeah, do you know? I told you the story, haven't I? Where he pumps his shock up so it goes off the digital pressure gauge and then pumps it up even more. Like, that's how he does it. I did a video where it was like 300 psi and I rode his bike and it was like fully maxed and it was just horrible.
That's
like,
crazy.
70 has like 60 psi in his tires. Like, it's ridiculous.
What? He uses like rocks to build his bikes too. I've checked out.
They are hilarious. I do love those build videos. They're good. That's someone that just has a personality and gets it and makes entertaining videos. Like, that's what people want to see.
Yeah. Oh, I did get another comment from last week, but it's just on my YouTube app. on my channel from Dustin Pitts. He said,
wait, your what? Your YouTube app?
Yeah, it tells me when I get comments.
Oh,
He said,
right. Okay.
Dustin Pitts said, I was watching the Joey podcast. It's a non-MTB related podcast that these three dudes do. Never mind. But unrelated. That's where I heard about John in your night riding videos. I had to go see for myself.
Okay.
I'm in stitches. So I'm just going to say thank you for letting me do the shameless plug on my video last week.
How else can we plug that video?
Comment.
I just remembered it again. I forgot. Oh, you bring me so much happiness all of a sudden. Just that video.
Dustin, I'm replying to you right now. So if you're watching this, I'm replying to your comment right now live. It's like Inception, dude. Okay, send.
Dustin won't be watching. He's the guy who funded me giving my bike to somebody else. And he just got a new bike, so he is stoked right now.
Oh, he's the electrical
guy?
dude.
Yeah, that's Dustin.
Rad. Big shout out to Dustin and his electric what's his electric company's name?
Wait, where's your hat? Where's your hat? Where's your hat? I want you should wear the hat.
It's back here. It's back.
Yeah, go. Josh, you got to put the hat on now for the rest of the podcast episode.
If it's not back there, I'm going to look really dumb. Dustin, don't watch this part. I promise. It's right behind me.
Oh yeah, you're wireless with your headphones. You can just get up and walk away. I'm tethered. I can't walk away from the microphone.
Wait for it. It's right there. There it is.
Yeah. Do you know where it's? Oh, there we go. He's getting it. He's getting it. Here we go.
Circuit Electrical.
Let's just do an ad read for this. Okay, what is it? Let me find their website.
Here's the ad read. Today's sponsor is Pro Circuit Electrical. I had electrical issues and then I called Dustin. He fixed everything. Go check out the link below in the description. Thanks, Pro Circuit Electrical. Is that good?
There we go. We're getting there. I feel like we should have an about section. Being an electrician is a passion that we enjoy and take pride in doing. We love to see the smile on our customers' faces after they see their new equipment come to life with the power we provide to it. Pro Circuit Electrical. We're there for you.
That was good.
That is awesome. It's great to know that Dustin is now watching our videos, or at least mine.
Yeah. Also, Dustin, there's actually a typo on your about section. It should say "hour" after "smile on." So maybe if he's instant when we see the website change.
Says the man who would call him and say, "Hello, Dustin. I have an electrical problem on my colon. Can you please assist me?"
My sprinklers aren't going on my colon with Josh. It's broken. Okay.
All right. Should we move on to the topic of our discussion of the day, my friends?
Yes. Oh, wow. We do have one. Most awkward YouTuber moments. Oh. So who put this in?
I did.
I knew it was Sheyn. I
didn't know. 5 minutes ago, I was like, oh, I didn't work on the itinerary. So I need to go work on the itinerary. And I couldn't think of anything. And, I thought that was pretty awkward. But so for me.
And then you're like, oh, most awkward moments. Perfect.
Oh, this is awkward. No.
Well,
okay.
I've explained to Paul this. I think it's a great question because I was explaining to a pro. I said, imagine when you learned everything about mountain biking and said all the wrong phrases, made all the mistakes. We do that in the public eye. And so I have so many awkward YouTuber moments about mountain biking.
Oh, Josh, you do. How often have I sent you a message and been like, yeah, Josh, that is just not true.
Yeah. I mean, my Fox dampener is by far the best moistening device I've ever found.
Wait, what?
Wasn't that the Dollar Shave Club video? And it was like dampener. I was like, Josh, it's called damping. It's not dampening.
I see. It's like PTSD. I know it's dang it. I know it's dampener, but every now and then I go back to dampener.
No, it's
Sheyn,
not.
Do you know there's a difference?
It's not dampener. It's just damper.
Yes, DAMPER.
Yeah, you just said dampener.
DAMPN.
I totally knew that.
ERR. Dampener.
Isn't it called dampening?
No. That's when you get something wet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's get wet, you guys.
If you dampen a rag in order to clean something up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you dampen. Wait,
we could have a whole game. We could have a whole game where is it damping or dampening? And then we say a sentence and then see if each other can get it. It's like it's getting wet.
What about which rag is damper? No,
Ooh.
I guess it's probably more damp. All
it's
right,
the
English
Twilight
lesson.
Zone.
English lesson. Joey's.
All right, Paul, do you have any awkward YouTuber moments? Paul's
Oh,
pretty
geez.
refined.
No, he's not. Which like it as in like something I've done on a video? Is that the
Or
thing?
just anything about being a YouTuber, interactions in your videos, whatever.
Oh, like wait, I'll do it. Can I do a few? Because
Sure, you can
the
do
one
as
I
many
wanted.
as you want.
Okay,
we
brilliant.
could take turns.
Nice. So I'd like to do all mine at once. I'd like just get it out of the way, get it done.
Do it.
So there's been a couple where I forget people's names when I'm introducing them in the video, and I feel terrible. Like in the one I did at Revelstoke when I went with Ryan, I went around and said, "This is Ryan, this is Matt, and this is." I still can't remember his name. It's like Kyle or something. I'm pretty sure actually.
Oh, you still don't
Like-
remember it.
No. Oh well, but it was made for a funny joke. But I forget people's names, and it's like yeah. But that's one. But then honestly, now this is the one I feel like it crushes me to tell you this, but it is awkward. But it's like, please don't. I know I'm gonna get. What's the point? I'm just gonna get ripped by both of you.
Do it.
What happens is, if I'm riding around Squamish, is that every once in a while, some people will recognize me, right?
Oh,
but
wow.
I'll be invariably there with my friends who immediately will just start tearing me apart for being recognized. And like it happens. And then they're like, oh, do you think, how good a YouTuber is he? Do you like him? And like, it's just so awkward. And there's this when I was filming with Casper on Saturday, we stopped at this corner and this lady came down, like stopped on a turn. She went, oh, do I know you from the internet? And I'm like, yep. So it's funny. Like the more kind of as my channel has grown, you know, in mountain biking trails, a couple of people have seen them. And then like it started off with, I would start talking and then people were like, I recognize your voice. Where do I know your voice from? And then more recently, people now are asking me qualifying questions if I am Paul. But then they'll know. Yeah, so like this. So this example, okay? So I was like, do I know you from the internet? And I'm like, oh yeah, quite possibly. And then she says, are you Paul? And I go, yep, that's me. Paul the punter is like, yep, that's me. And she's like, oh, I just started mountain biking a few months ago. I've watched your videos. And then turns out that, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. But it always happens in front of my friends, and my friends just look at me like, I don't know. It's just, I enjoy it, of course. It's great meeting people that have seen my videos. Like, it's so nice. But it's just that moment where my friends are going, and pulling funny faces at me. I still haven't quite gone over that bit yet.
The awkward part, and yeah, Paul, you just explained it really well, is like how often the people recognizing you by your voice. Like I'll be like pedaling out with my friends, like, and I talk a million miles an hour, and I'll be like, oh yeah, you have to do this, and someone's like, I recognize that voice, and turn around, and you're like, what the? And then yeah, my friends are the opposite. Like after we get away from somebody who recognizes me, they're like, is that still really cool? I'm like, it's not lame.
It's not lame.
It's fun.
Man.
That's good though.
It's funny when I go out with I went out with Scott Secco, who's a filmer, and it happened that we were pedaling up to a trail. It happened like twice, and he's like, oh, dude, and he's all really stoked for me. But then he'll go and then tell the next person that we see, and then it's like, oh, great, awkward. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's strangely, obviously it's kind of a nice awkward thing to have, but it does happen and it is awkward. So that's me. I'm out. I'm done. I'm free.
Hold up. Josh, you got anything?
Dude, if you go watch my first videos, it's like every video there's just like cringe galore. The one I hear the most about is I made a video comparing
Hold on, stop. Let's get the video up. Let's have it on mute in the background.
Oh gosh, Paul, you can find it. Long travel 29 shootout. That was one of them.
What's it called? What's it called?
It's a long travel 29er. It's actually a style of bike, Paul. I know you won't recognize it because it's not a down country bike, whatever that is.
Sounds like a cool kind of bike to me.
Hopefully I'll have a down country bike. Every time I say it, I just have to say it like slowly. Down country.
Okay.
Oh,
here's your thing.
This is going to be dangerous to throw this in here. Oh. All right, here's my channel. If
Are you going to copyright strike us?
Obviously,
you dare. You
pay me. Yeah. So if you go like.
That'd be a great way of splitting the revenue, by the way. One of us just shows a video of each other. Each of us take turns in copyright striking.
Dude, there's so many cringe videos. But yeah, scroll down.
Which one are we looking for?
Scroll down. Long travel right there, right in the middle. Top 3, 2000. Yeah. This one. Okay. Yeah, basically, this is the one I hear the most is people are like, yeah, YouTubers don't like, I'll hear like YouTubers are idiots or like, yeah, YouTubers don't know how to review bikes. And I'm like, yeah, I'm one of those people. And then people would be like, yeah, remember what you said about the Transition Sentinel? You said it didn't climb very well because you couldn't pop a wheelie. What an idiot. Like it comes up all the
time. Here we are. I guess this is the moment.
And this is it right here. I was like, yeah, like climbing a bike. Yeah, see?
and that's why I can really very well. Let's talk about it.
And I want to try to defend myself, but it's way better just to not at all. And just to say,
here we go.
I did not know how to compare bikes very well. I was doing the best I could. I was interested. And so I was like, I demoed these 3 bikes at the same time. I paid all my hard-earned money. I was like just trying to be very honest. In my honest review, I sounded like a complete idiot, which I am. So I've learned a lot since then. I'm still a complete idiot, but just like only 50% of what I was like 2 years ago when I started.
Nice. I really enjoyed your one man, one baby, 2 bikes live stream. I remember that one. I was just, I remember watching it just being like, wow, this is not my life. This is crazy. It's just like, yeah. And what, do you know, I know another good one. Let me share that screen again. Put me in, coach.
Nope.
Put me in.
Is it about me?
I'm gonna say you're gonna pull up daily MTV video.
I've just remembered.
Dude, there's so many. There's like 100.
Josh, could you remember this video? It was a live stream, and like it was when you were at 1,500 people, I think, and you're like counting. Okay, 3 people in here now. That's great. 4 people. 4 people. Something like that. It's just amazing. I can't I know this is weird to say because it's only like a couple of years ago, but you look so young in this video. Yeah, and it wasn't even that long ago.
Gaining 50 pounds and throwing your life away does a number on you, that's for sure.
But beer and women and trucks.
Yeah, it's funny to watch those like because they're still on there, right? It's like, and to have a bigger audience now, people are like, wow, like they really started at nothing. It's like, yeah. And this is what I tell everybody. Like at one point, Seth Bike Hacks had 10 subscribers. Like we all have to go through all the beginning paces. Like it's easy to forget that you're not you're not just a star on YouTube overnight. All right, Sheyn, time for a painful, awkward moment. You only have a few. You there, Sheyn?
Is he there?
I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Yes. I can't Verizon, man.
Am I here?
Sheyn, you only have a few painful, awkward moments. What are they?
Is this one now? Are you doing an awkward moment right now?
Gotcha.
This is one now because I am the most noob Joey person there is compared to you. Okay. I totally get the whole like being called out on the trail thing because I've done this thing where it's like if you recognize me in the wild, you get a sticker. So I always have a sticker ready.
I'm gonna find you.
And I mean, it happens.
I'm gonna find you.
And people people are always like, oh, I know you from the YouTube, and then they eventually get it and I give them a sticker. But my friends, they like to give me a lot of shit about it. And it usually is they'll ride by and they'll say, it's the Crushing Dad. Like they'll yell it really loud. And I turn around like with a sticker ready, like, oh, hey. And then it's just one of my friends patronizing me. But no,
it's
probably
patronizing, Shane.
Patronizing. Probably one of my most awkward moments was I had a dude. I like to answer all my comments. I like to answer all my DMs. If you slide into the DM, you get a real person. You get me. And I'm pretty open to riding with people. If they come out and say, hey, I'm in Grand Junction, let's ride. And if I'm available, I'll go ride. And I ended up riding with this dude. And I wasn't like super fit, kind of midweek. And he got to the top before me. And right when I got up there, he waited and he said, this would all be so much easier if you just went faster.
Oh,
okay.
No way.
Yeah. And then the same person, I think it was the ride before that, the same person, he had set up the ride and I showed up and he was a little bit upset that I didn't have like the GoPro and everything ready to film the ride. I was like, what, you're not going to film this? Like, I had my bike all clean. He literally was like expecting me to film it. It's like, I don't film every ride I go on. I like to come out and have fun. So, yeah, that was a little bit awkward. He's notorious.
Is that the guy that sent you the message saying, oh, thanks for the footage in advance or something?
Yep. Thanks in advance for the footy. And he probably doesn't know what. I don't know.
You didn't feature him.
If you're gonna be rude, then you've got it coming.
Yeah, but next time I will bring my GoPro and I'll film everybody that I ride with, and I will delete that footage.
Cool guys, totally nailed it. Not going anywhere.
Just in the car park, like, oh, I just deleted everything.
Oops, sorry.
And then, so I mean, you guys are larger YouTubers. Do you get a lot of like lower end?
I've been keeping very trim, actually. I have you know, Shane. How dare you?
America.
Okay, Joe. I mean, do you get a lot of like beginner YouTubers reaching out to you, asking you for advice or wanting to do collaborations?
Not collaborations, but advice. Yeah, all the time. And I'm just like,
well,
all the time.
Yeah, I get it pretty often. I respond to them.
I get.
And do you?
Yeah, absolutely. I respond to everybody. If anybody messages me, I get that a lot. Whoa, you responded. I'm like, oh, I respond to everybody. Yeah, I responded. Cool.
I generally respond if people have an actual question, or if they have like they have a question about like a product that I'm sponsored to use, because I feel like that's kind of my job. It's like if someone has a question, like, oh yeah, I'll help them out, see what I can do. So I've lately, for some reason, I've been getting messages of like people saying, "Give me a bike."
Oh yeah,
I saw that.
I was just like, why? Like what? And it's been happening a lot in like the last 2 weeks, and I don't really understand what's been happening. But
did I have a Grand Junction address in it?
It's like this RC outdoor gold or something.
I get those too, and it's usually people from like I've had a couple from India or like the Philippines, like. And it's like, guys, like one, shipping a bike to where you're at is cost.
That's what you want. That's your first reaction. Well, I mean, logistically, it wouldn't be too much sense. Like,
well, yeah. And then my second response is like, and people are like, can you give me a shout out? It's like, I did not get where I was today asking for shout outs, or I did not get a bike by asking people to help me buy a bike. Like, if you want it, you can get it. And that's like, I say it in like, not a douchey way, but it's like, the point is like, stop being scum. Like, you can figure it out.
Stop being scum.
Yeah, like seriously, don't be scummy.
Yeah, I guess it.
Yeah, if you make something awesome worth a shout out, we'll shout you out. I don't know.
And
I had like, that too. Where keep going. No, okay. Well, I mean, I had like a kind of a beginner YouTuber reach out to me. Hey, like, what's the secret to growth and YouTube success? Do like people pay for shout outs or collaborations? And I told him, I said, no, people don't really pay for that. It mainly is all kind of natural. And I even told him, I said, whenever any of the like bigger YouTubers gives me a share on my videos or whatever, I get the most dislikes on that video ever. I might get the view, but I get like Brian shares one of my videos and like tons of people dislike it, which is fine. You know, it's hitting their eyeballs. But I told
This
him,
guy's
I said,
better than Brian at drops. We don't like that. Dislike.
yeah. I mean, I told him, I said, you know, it's not the shout outs that make you grow. Like, you've got to actually maintain that audience if someone shares you. And he got all upset when I included a YouTuber in one of my next videos after I told him that. He was like, hey, I thought you said that like collaborating and shout outs with other YouTubers affects your channel negatively and la la la. And I think you misconstrued why I was reaching out to you. And I was like, I didn't like, if you want to come ride with me, cool. Like, I wasn't trying to talk down to you. I don't know.
Yeah. That's something to say. Well, some people just take it weird and it's awkward. No, I love, I mean, I'm going to start doing like, I guess, amateur YouTube coaching on a Patreon. Like, that's what I want to do. I think it'd be kind of fun. Like, once a month you sign up, and it's rather than just Patreon, which is all I have right now. It's like, okay, this is actually like its own thing. Like, if you're a hobbyist and YouTube is your hobby, why not learn to do it okay? Yeah, learn to do it okay. Let me write that down so I can have.
So maybe later on in this podcast we can talk about a little bit of that. What makes us watch your YouTube videos? But until then, let's move on to our next segment, our favorite segment.
We were going to talk about all that stuff for ages. I was in it. Thanks for breaking this up.
Is it you? Is it me? It's the Joey of the week.
Joey of the week. Yes, here we are.
Such a good song. Every time I hear it.
We're hearing it right now.
Yeah. Who, what, when? Aaron Gwen. What did Mr. Gwen do?
Yes, you did it properly. Oh, I'm so stoked. I thought I was the only one doing it, but no, Sheyn does it as well.
You know, we had someone comment. They were saying, you guys mentioned Aaron Gwen so much. I had to look him up. I have no idea who this guy is.
Oh, no, they didn't.
I couldn't believe it. I had to look him up.
Awesome.
To be fair, he's not as popular. I feel like he's because he had a rough season, like as he has been. So I guess that makes sense.
That's true.
It's pretty crazy how fast people just disappear off the radar if they drop off. And he did because he got injured and stuff. But
well, and he didn't get live. I mean, whatever. He's still a great writer. But what is he up to? Did he have any cringeworthy Instagram posts?
Wait, Paul. We can officially drink as a podcast this week. 21 episodes.
21.
And we told you we were going to boot you from the show if you didn't follow through with Aaron Gwen. So what have you done?
Let me just roll the clip one sec.
Roll it, Paul. Roll it.
I'm struggling to push the play button.
You played it last week. It was super good last week.
Where's this come from? I'm crying with
Come on, Paul.
Play the clip, Paul.
Hey there, guys. It's Aaron Gwynn here. Just want to say, love the Joey podcast. And I will be out mountain biking around my local California trails all week long. Hope you're having a great one out there.
What a nice guy.
What a clip.
Yeah,
Thanks, Aaron.
so nice.
Did he get jaw surgery? He just sounded a bit off. If you ask me.
He's a little bit off.
Oh, where did the tears come from?
Oh, Paul, you got him drunk to record that. That makes way more sense. While he sounded like a drunk person from the UK.
He doesn't even drink. Yeah, he doesn't even drink.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, Mr. Aaron Gwynn's cringeworthy Instagram posts of the week.
He hasn't done anything.
A few more clips from closing day at Snow Summit. Missing this place already. Hashtag GoPro Hero 8 at GoPro. Hashtag Roost the Tractor. Hashtag Fill the Bucket. Crying emoji.
When you're so big, you don't have to. What?
Crying emoji? Oh,
yeah.
He did do that. Yeah.
Yeah. He's such a good Instagrammer. Oh, I love it.
He's such a big personality that I guess he can get away with doing nothing.
Yeah. That's kind of I guess, like, he's just got a very high level of, I don't know. He's just very fast on his bike. Just let him do that, I guess.
And Aaron Gwynn's sponsor for 2020 is High Bike because everybody else has sponsored him and he still won't return his value. All right.
Oh. Well, okay. Moving on to listener nominations. We had one nomination this last week. The previous week we didn't have any.
Oh, it's from my
But
man.
This actually, comes from your man, Unpro Kyle. His Joey of the Week submission, myself. Nearly 2 weeks ago, I tried to yank up a manual and looped straight to my back before we even got to the trail. And he's still recovering. Like this is the end of his comment. He had to cancel a whole enchilada trip. He couldn't go on a bunch of rides that he had planned because before we got to the trailhead, he tried to do a manual and just went straight to his back.
Yeah.
If only he'd seen one of Josh's 10 different how to wheelie videos, he might have been.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I have a new one coming out next week. 5 more tips on how to wheelie in 3 tips. What? And then it's a picture of me throwing away one of my tip videos.
Forget everything I told you before.
Dude, this video. Side note. I am realizing the clickbait for this podcast has to be the deepest YouTube mountain bike secrets. That's perfect.
I was going to do like our most embarrassing YouTuber moments or something. Yes. Our most embarrassing moments. That's what I was going to go for. But we need an image. People are complaining about the images I use, but I only have so many things that I can tap into.
Just screenshot a picture of Sheyn in his underwear with a bike in the back.
Oh, do you need one of these?
Oh, God. Are you serious? Already in underwear? I guess
I'm in my.
Okay. Back to Kyle. I have done that. I've done that on the way up to a trail on the road, gone to do a wheelie, pulled the brake, fell on my back in front of all of my friends. It is so Joey and yet a rite of passage. Kyle, you are now a mountain biking man. I'm so proud. Welcome.
It was bad. He literally called his chiropractor and was like, "Hey, dude, can you stay a little bit later? He had to like completely leave right after that."
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We had to lift up his bike and put it on his car because he couldn't like move.
Oh,
wow. It was scary. I was scared for you, Kyle.
Time for yoga.
All right. What about you, Paul, Josh, me? Do we have Joey of the week?
Yeah, I went back to I seriously need to. Tomorrow I'm going to get my 36. The damping on it is ridiculous. I've remembered how bad it was now. It's just so, I know, screw you, Josh.
I can't deal with this.
I did have a pro bike tester jump on the bike and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is way too much damping on this." So I'm going to get it fixed.
Did you have too many shims?
Did you not just say more?
I think I need less shims, actually.
Did you not just say more damping is better?
No, but like on all the other stuff, makes sense. But this 36, I guess they've tuned it really, really, really hard, and it's too much. But yeah, you can go too far, Josh. As he says with his head in his hands.
I love this.
Josh, wake up. Josh.
I'm just like so cranky and like ticked off at like, Paul, your excuses are getting so good. Like, it's like, I had a professional mountain bike suspension mechanic who also used to be Aaron Gwynn jump on it. And he affirmed it was too hard.
Yeah. I jumped on Aaron Gwynn back once again. I had to jump on Paul's bike. Yep, for sure. Really too much damping going on in that suspension. I have to agree with him. Hell, Aaron, thank you so much. Hey, not a problem, Paul. Glad I could be here for you, Aaron. I really appreciate it. I'll bring you out again if I ever need some backing up. Not a problem. See you next time, Paul. Bye now. Bye.
In 3 weeks, Paul's going to be like, guys, I realize the 36 compression needs to be way more dampened, not dampening. And I talked to the creator of the 36 and he agreed. That's what it's going to be. And then like next, it's going to be like, I talked to the creator of all mountain biking. Actually, he doesn't matter. I talked to myself and I'm correct that I have no idea what I'm doing. That's my excuse. It's not my fault. Paul, I love you.
I think we need to send Paul and Aaron Gwynn face cut out. Even though this is an audio podcast, there's some visualness to it as well.
Hopefully the audio podcast will take off more. Share with your friends. 5-star rating on Apple, please.
Oh, thank you, Paul. Paul, I don't know if that's Joey as much as that's just the Paul moment of the week, like
It's Paulie.
the game changer.
It's you, is it me? I'm the Joey Paulie of the week.
I did not have a Joey of the week moment. I didn't ride enough to have a mechanical. Every time I go riding, I don't bring a pump or a CO2, and I think maybe I'll get a flat and I'll be the Joey of the week, but inevitably it never happens. So this week it will. So next week I'll be the Joey of the week.
Shane, can you remember how we've done this before where Josh is like, Joey, me? Nope. Nope. And then we just go, Josh, are you sure you didn't do anything? And then he goes, you know what? And then he tells us like 3 things straight away.
No,
I thought we were going to have one of those moments. It's like,
not a thing.
Actually, I got on my bike backwards and tried to ride it. So something like that.
My fork fell off, but it was only because I didn't tighten my stem. But besides that, I didn't have anything wrong.
Just hit it with a rock.
Yeah, Sam. Shane, do you have anything?
Let's see. For me, is it Joe? If you install Cushcore on your rear tire, do one ride on it, get a slash, and then try to make it last, continuing to put like rubber cement on it, glue, because I'm having to reapply. And then people are calling me out on the trail. They're like, "Dude, what is that on your what is that on your tire?"
Wait. So let me just get this straight. You have how long is the slash in the tire?
It's probably about 3 or 4 centimeters.
I can do inches. That's fine. Don't worry. You want to
2 inches?
2 inches.
Is that conversion correct?
2 inches long?
No, it's not. 2 inches is 5 centimeters.
Yeah.
2 inches long, and you've tried to glue it together.
I mean, it's kind of like fizzing a little bit.
It's a yes or no. It's a yes or no question, Shane.
Of course I tried to glue it together. I don't want to have to redo the Cushcore install. So this last week, people were like, dude, what's going on with your tire? Because it's like it's bubbling up because it's like pushing air out through the glue and making the glue bubble up.
Why are you two the way you are? Why?
I don't want to change that.
No.
I only got one ride on it.
That's so much worse than
one
mine.
ride on it before it slashed. I'd want to make it last.
That's like somebody saying like, "Oh, I put my chain on, and then it snapped. It was so annoying. I just put it on there, so I just I don't know, tied it with a shoelace. It's fine. People are wondering why I'm an idiot, but it's fine.
It's been holding up. It's lasted, and then it doesn't help that I got a big old slash in the middle where I had to put the tire plugs in, so my tire just looks like Frankenstein.
And it's
Frankenstein's
new.
tire.
Get a new tire. Get some new E13 tires at 20% off with the code Punter at checkout.
Oh my! We're not sponsored by E13.
Hey, just trying to help. Just trying to help out. 20% off.
All right, Paul. Put in a plug for E13. We need a sponsorship so that Shane can get new tires and not be so cheap that he's embarrassing our podcast on the trails.
What?
Rubber cement.
Yeah,
not even
biking like cement.
Have you tried
same
staples?
stuff.
Why not just staple them together? If you just go in your stationery cupboard and staple, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't look at that and think it's an idea. I don't know if he's
duct tape.
No, all of these ideas are terrible. Just you're an idiot.
Really?
Wait, what tire did you get first of all? Let's see if the idiocracy goes back that far. What tire did you have?
Maxxis Minion DHR2 3C.
Josh,
XO
does that
casing.
There it is, the XO casing.
It's the XO.
You need some thicker casing, dude.
Do you know why it's called XO? Because it's an X tire before you start riding it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Paul, do you not use Exos? You probably do. Oh, never mind. Sorry. You use E13. I apologize. But Paul, if you were going to use Exos,
I would use the double down versions for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I'm not stupid.
What about the front?
You need the double downs, dude.
Yeah.
What about the front?
You tell us all the time about how you ride in such rocky terrain, and here you are going, "Ooh, let me get the thinnest tires on the market on my bike." Perfect. But
I don't really
I
flap
have
that
Kush,
much.
I have Kushko, so it's okay.
And
Yeah.
and this was your. Do you run DHRs front and rear? Or do you want to run DHF up front?
And DHF up front.
So this
I've
is your
never
rear
never had a
tire.
problem with the front.
Yeah, because you're running an exo casing on your rear tire in Grand Junction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a double down.
I think
I
that
think.
pretty much solves it. That Sheyn is our Joey of the week.
It's,
With all,
it's me.
is it you?
I'll take this award.
No, it's me.
It's you.
I'd like to thank my friend unprofessional Kyle for giving me this award.
Very good. Okay, now are we doing one more segment, or is Josh got to go and give it a rest?
Let's do one more real quick.
Yay! Bonus segment. Hey, Jane, we need another segment intro now, please. You need to record the main intro for this podcast, and now you need to have bonus segment.
Someone's got to put the work in.
It's the bonus segment. It's the bonus segment.
Paul, let him work. Let him work.
I'm trying to make music. Okay. Yep. That was good. Okay.
Hold on.
What's our
Thing is,
bonus segment?
I can actually make that noise with my eyeball.
What?
You can make a farting noise with your eyeball?
Did when I discovered that?
No, I want
Did I
to try.
remember I did.
Wow. Paul, that was...
That doesn't work.
Sure.
Can you also like drink milk and spit it out of your eye?
Yeah, one sec.
All right, what's our topic, boys?
Can
Bonus segment.
someone still succeed with a new YouTube mountain bike channel? No.
Nope, we're awful.
I think
yes.
it's a valid question.
Do you know who the proof of this is? It's Backyard Trail Builds.
I met Seth. I rode with him. I really like Seth. I love his content.
Wait, where's the but? There it is.
My only legit question for Seth is like, would Seth be where he's at without the Seth Bike Hacks promoting his channel?
Yes, absolutely. You could track it.
Yeah.
You can see he was already on the up before. Like, shout outs don't mean much, I don't think, nowadays. So like maybe a couple years ago it did make a huge difference, but I don't think it can make that as much of a difference nowadays.
Yeah.
So
he's got consistent viewership, and it's all of his videos are money.
Yeah, because that's it. He's making just great content. If you look at Kevin, Steady Spin, had a whole episode. He's been in Seth's videos multiple times, but he hasn't had 50,000 people subscribe to him, and that's the proof.
My crappy Wi-Fi cut out, and I totally missed the channel name. Who do I need to go subscribe to?
Backyard Trail Builds. You must know that one.
Oh, I'm totally subscribed to him. Yeah,
Hey,
his videos are awesome.
He gets many views. Dang.
Yeah, because he's doing consistent content. Like, I think he did 3 videos where the thumbnail was very similar, and it's like, yeah, he did one video that was good, and then his next video was the same as that one. So I think that kind of
look at all that wood.
Look at all that wood.
I'm loving his wood. He's got the best wood in his thumbnails.
And he it's just been enjoyable content. So you can see, he had a big dinger from, I guess, Seth did something maybe, but I think it's just the videos. I think he just had a lot of videos suddenly appear.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Paul. I retract. I don't retract my comment. I stand by it. Because I always watch all of Seth's.
Yeah, Paul, you're right. I retract. No, wait, I don't. I stand by my comment.
No. I know. I don't stand by it. I'm just saying, well, I already said it, so I think it's fine. But yeah, I watch all of Backyard Trail Builds videos right when they come out, so I don't see how many views they get eventually, but it's like, dang, he really is killing it.
Yeah, because they're good videos. They have a purpose. They have all that stuff. And I think so. I'd say, I don't know what you guys think. I think breaking through the 10,000 now is like the old 1,000 subscriber numbers. Do you know what I mean?
Super hard.
Yeah. So I think if you break through 10,000, then it's like, okay, you're onto something. And I remember being most stoked when I broke through 20,000 subscribers, because I felt like that number was just like so significant. And when I got through it, I was like, that was the one I was genuinely stoked about the most, I think, was the 20,000 number. I don't know why. It's just that, like, yeah, it just seemed to be there were a bunch of people there that had genuinely worked for it. So when I got through that number, it meant something.
So is your next milestone 100?
It sure is. I just did 75,000. But I can't catch up to that old daily MTB rider, can I? Even though he makes no videos whatsoever, he continues to just grind
He makes a bunch of garage videos where he's sitting in his garage.
Don't
Don't worry.
I should pull up the camera right now because this is the setting that I use to make videos. This is great.
He just makes a video while he's doing the podcast. He's just like talking, and that's why
Let's talk about it.
Oh, I have to get the trash can. One sec, guys. I'll be back. Yeah, my point with can you still break into the scene for a mountain bike YouTube channel? My response would be for most people, no. But for the few that have something distinctly different, and I think that's what Backyard Trail Builds is a great example for, is his content is so different. Nobody else is willing to put in that work, and he's thriving because of it. But this is like people that I've heard high schoolers are like, PewDiePie sits in front of his camera and like makes dumb jokes and like edits it. And I'm like, yeah, because he has 100 million subscribers. Like if you had that many subscribers, you could fart on video and people would watch it and like it because it's your personality. And they're like, if I try to do the same thing, no one watches. I was like, yeah, because no one cares who you are. Like that's the thing. Like if you're bigger, you've built an audience, you've built trust, you've built all these things. And like, it's hard to build that. But once you get it, it just keeps rolling. Yeah.
So why all this farting isn't working for me?
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it work on the Joey podcast.
Like you just got to just do things different. Do you know what I mean? Like Sheyn, you could be the guy that does daily videos like every other month or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like that could, I say that like sincerely. Like, you know, it could be like you do like our bike, then you find out what the next thing's going to be. Then you do daily videos from that. And it's like, oh, he's doing it again. Yeah. Like,
the daily videos are fun. They kill me though.
Yeah, try doing 7, Sheyn. Then come talk to me.
Well, if I was single and had a hotel room all by myself in Whistler, that would be nice.
You have two of those. You have one of those 3 things. I was going to say you have 2 of those 3 things. I'm like, no, you don't. Literally got a perfectly good, solid relationship going on at home. Nope, he's fine.
I don't know.
Yes.
I think that if you can be in thumbnail, which I have no business giving advice on any of those, I think you could be successful.
I think really the only thing that's left is the pros that have a solid reach in other areas moving over. And I've noticed some of them have, but I've also noticed that they like start really strong and everyone's like, oh, cool. And then it kind of dies off. And I think
I started watching the Cam McCall that you recommended. His are awesome. His blind bike build, holy cow!
Yeah, like why has no one thought about doing that? Do you know what I mean? Awesome. I saw that and I was like, that's.
And the dude with the camera had like he couldn't hear, so like.
But he didn't talk. He didn't talk as well, which I found so funny. I was like, the whole point is that he has something and the other guy doesn't. But like Dustin was just there, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
I don't know.
The biggest thing that I've heard from the few pros that I've talked to is when you say you do YouTube videos, their response is always the same. Oh man, that's a lot of work. And like there's a respect of like guys who have tried it. And like, once again, Andrew Taylor, who I spent time with, he was just like, oh dude, it's ridiculously. He's like being a one-man show. He goes, that's so hard. Like,
yeah. Is he not a one-man show?
How do you get?
He can. Oh. He is. He was for a lot of his 48/50 state trip.
Oh, right.
Sheyn, what were you gonna say?
I was just thinking, how do you get a camera crew to follow you around like Jeff Kendall Weed?
Easy, very easy, Sheyn.
Oh,
Pay
man.
them.
Pay them.
Pay them.
All right.
Yeah, pay him
I will
$40
pay them
an hour, 50, 60,
my
100. Yeah.
whole year.
Yeah, I think that's what the pros have got, but only a couple. Like Cam, he was killing it, and then he uploads something happened in a football game with a cat or something like that. And
was
cat
I
on.
saw that in my feed.
Yeah, that was Cam McCall, and it's just like, you do something cool, and then you throw up a video that's cat on football field, and it's like
1 minute 13 seconds.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
hey ho, like, but some of his
13,000
videos,
views.
it's
One
one
day.
of his most successful videos, but his videos are because he's got a great personality, and I think that one where it's the afternoon ride in Bend, Josh would like that, because he turns up and all the kids are like, do you do YouTube? And he's like, yeah, I'm starting up. He's like, oh, okay. And like none of them have any idea who he is. And he follows behind them, and he's like doing bar spins and like tail whips.
Yeah,
That's awesome. I don't know. I think we live in an environment where people consume so much media and content that I think there's always room for more. You can be successful. Josh, stop it. Stop it, Josh.
What? What's he doing?
Huh?
What's Josh doing?
You're just saying that people can't be successful.
Oh,
it's hard. I'm saying you have to be unique. You can't just do the same old thing.
Oh yeah.
What is missed? What is missing from the feed?
Well, a consistent standalone female mountain bike YouTuber. We don't really have one of those.
Now, there are a couple,
but not standalone.
I've noticed. Obviously, Tess is there. She's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
But
she's had Steve videos a lot, though.
Oh, okay. There's another one called Sprocket Girl.
Yeah, Sprocket Girl.
Do you know her? She's like,
she's in Denver.
Yeah.
I haven't met her.
As far as I can see, she's like just doing it. Do you know what I mean? Like, she doesn't have anyone helping. She's doing it herself. So yeah, I think that was what I found. And I was like, this is perfect. This is exactly what you need to kind of start that movement.
And she's still fairly new. Like, finding herself in mountain biking. Link below. She's in my state.
There you
Sprocket
go.
Girl.
Yeah. No, I hit subscribe just to keep an eye and see how they're doing. But there's so many other people that I see that could just like Trish Bromley, she lives in Whistler. She's got an amazing personality. She's like great at Instagram and stuff, and she can talk at the camera. She was in one of my Whistler Daily videos, and I'm just like, just start, Trish. Like, it's there, ready, career.
Talk at the camera.
Yeah. And then there's a couple of others like Monet Adams. She's English. She's another Scott person, but she stayed round here when she was coming back from the Chill Cones. And she was like, I'm thinking about YouTube. I was like, you got to not think about it. You just got to go and do it. And then she told me this idea where she was going to turn a wardrobe. Is that what you guys call it? Wardrobe? You do, don't you? Yeah.
Like a
and she was
closet,
going to closet. Okay. She was going to turn that into like a bike workstation. So like she folds it out. So it looks normal when it's all closed and looks like normal furniture. And then she folds it out and she can work on her bike. And I was like, yeah, make that, like, make it look cool. And then she sent me a message saying, I've tried talking to the camera. I feel like an idiot. And it's like, I can help you no more.
We all do.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like that video would do great, but you almost need a small audience to introduce it to that says, man, this is really good. And then more people will catch on. If you introduce it, if you start a new channel and that's your first video is this crazy banger, like it's not going to yield the results you want.
I think it will actually. I think it would be like, look at my warm-up bike video that netted me like 3,000 or something, and that was like the only video I had pretty much.
Yeah,
but loads of people were subscribing to it. I think something like that, it's like, bike workshop wardrobe or something like that. It's like perfect YouTube internet hero video.
I think we should leave it to our viewers to let us know if they think there's space for more mountain bike YouTubers, because they know everything and they also know how to be joys of the week. So leave your comments below and we may read them on our next podcast.
Podcast.
Y'all like podcasting?
I guess, Aaron, you're back. Wow, how did you get to Josh's house?
I turned southern.
Well, I think we should call that a day.
Yeah.
That's it. There we go. All good.